What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Please subscribe here and please follow me on Instagram at RussoLifts. In case something happens to this channel, you can follow, message me, interact with me directly, and there's daily content on there. Hope to see you guys on Instagram. Enjoy. So just finished the fast yesterday. I'm daily vlogging back to back. So weighed in at 234-ish pounds this morning. Obviously that's water weight out from MK677. As you can see, I mean, my muscles are really flat from the fast. In my opinion, my insulin sensitivity is just starting to come back, but it's definitely not completely back yet. So we'll see as the carbs enter during today's workout how I look. But 234 in the morning. And gyno update, my gyno's still there. I haven't really been combating it. I will probably just either combat it right before I compete and minimize it, or I will get the surgery. So yeah, enjoy my titties. That was my after 1 day fast, no pump, wake up, what my physique looks like, extremely fat, at around 234 pounds. I ate a couple protein bars that are going to be quick to digest. I'm going to wait a tiny bit, do some emails and stuff, and then I'm going to be heading to the gym, and then we'll go into the topic of this video after the workout footage. But pre-workout wise, Derek finally shot me over the Mango Peach Gorilla Mode pre-workout. So my biggest gripe with the previous Gorilla Mode, just in general, the initial launch flavor, is I didn't like it. I wasn't the biggest fan of Tiger's Blood. I'm not saying it tastes bad. This tastes amazing. This is it. This is the turnkey pre-workout. I will link the video down below explaining why this is like the best pre-workout on the market. And yeah, there'll be a link in the description as well as the pinned comment below. If you buy through that link, it supports me, and it of course supports Derek's company, which I think we have some of the realest content on YouTube. So yeah, check out Gorilla Mode. Tons of people have already DM'd me their reviews, and everyone's blown away by this pre-workout. The only person who probably won't like this pre-workout as an extreme stim guy, to which, you know, there's other options, but for like 90%, this is strong for me. 2 scoops, I'm gonna do 2 scoops today. You get the massive amount of pump product in here, and I mean, it's just no joke. And the flavor now makes this so smooth to drink, and it's not micronized, as you can see, big scoopers. So yeah, I'll quit plugging it, but I definitely recommend you try it if it's available in your country to ship to. I know there's shipping issues of you guys outside of the States, but if you're domestic, give it a shot, support Gorilla Mind, and I will see you guys at the gym. What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. So jumping into this chest session, personally, my insulin sensitivity still not completely back. It's starting to come back, but yeah, it takes a bit of a while to reset after you drop the 677. Like I said, I'm already down about 4 pounds in the morning weight, and that is all water retention. So I'll quote unquote visually look bigger on camera the lighter I get, but I'm going to wait for my sensitivity to reset and then either add in LR3 like I was talking about in the last video, or I might do another blast with 677 because I do like the Gorilla spike, meaning it makes it a lot easier to intake the 5,000 plus calories a day for me to grow at this weight. And I'm trying to hit the goal weight of like 240 in the morning, 245 in the morning, 250 in the morning, which I was closing in on, obviously water retention, but yeah, that's the goal. As you can see, this is my top set of incline with 275, so strength is still going up. Again, this incline's a lot easier to incline than the LA Fitness one. I have a lot more control over the incline. I wanted to do a set with 295. I think today I could have done a triple, but the way he spotted me kind of sketched me out, and he kind of moved my hand position, so I do have a bad shoulder, and I do incline really narrow so I don't impinge my shoulder. But yeah, that was the volume tree I did, and then I hit volume on the way down. Moving forward, I really wanted to go into how LGD has allowed me to just quadruple the amount of volume I can do in the gym. You know, it's like this, everything is effortless with LGD. It's not really the strength increase that I note every time I play around with 40-33. It's just the amount of endurance I have. So I really never feel the fatigue, tiredness. My muscles never really tired. I probably could have stayed in there forever, but coming off a fast and only having that much calories in me and not really having the insulin sensitivity of those calories going directly into my muscles, I decided to just hit my volume, and then I tried to go over to incline. Did one big set with the hundreds, but I called it a day after that and did some fly stuff, just put some blood in some muscles to kind of ease my way back into it after taking that day of fasting and the 677 drop. But overall, I feel so much better with the 677 half-lifing out. Like, I feel so much more energetic. It's like I'm almost like out of a depression from how sleepy I was and how lethargic I was with that aggressive cycle of 677. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that protocol, you know, I'm talking about in that one video of keeping it pulsing all day, like, the lethargy's no joke, and I always just trick myself into thinking it's not that bad. And when I finally, you know, hit that point where my insulin sensitivity is gone, I look natty and I'm starting to get fat, and I drop it. Like, my drop in, or my increase in energy upon dropping it is pretty radical. So just keep that in mind if you were thinking about with your lab rat that the lethargy's no joke. Really enjoying the Dark Sport brand. That is the hoodie I'm wearing. Again, I love this brand. I think it is amazing what it represents. You know, representing the grind on the way to the top, the grit, and overall, I just like the athletes that they're sponsoring. I appreciate everyone on Instagram who DM Dark Sport. Again, I wasn't really expecting to get sponsored by them, but it is a big, you know, long-term goal for me to do something with Dark Sport, because I do believe I am the epitome of what their brand represents, of never giving up and continuing to come back. So if you guys do follow Dark Sport on Instagram or other social medias and you have nothing to do and you're bored, shoot them a DM and tell them my story. Again, I'm not sure if I'm what they're looking for as far as, you know, a sponsored athlete goes, but I have been offered a ton of clothing sponsorships, and if it's personally too easy to get, then I'm not even going to take it. So I might as well go for the hardest sponsorship to get with Dark Sport. Their clothes are awesome, and I've already spent a lot of my money on their merch, and it is honestly sick, very high quality clothing. So yeah, check out Dark Sport. Here is the posing footage after I got my pump. Due to the gorilla mode, I actually did get a decent pump. I think later in the week you'll see my muscles start to pop again, and you'll see everything come back, but you can still notice the hamstrings and everything's starting to separate again. But that's overall how I'm looking at a 234 morning weight, and I'm probably walking around after those protein bars and rehydrating around 235, 236. So yeah, that's what I'm looking like. Here is what the video is about on how steroids and Sarms affected my depression. So enjoy this video, share it around, and give it a like. Thanks.
All right.
That was the most crowded I've ever seen this college gym ever. It stinks that that 295, the spotter. I like to incline close because I have risk of, really damaging my bad shoulder. But it's whatever. I appreciate him spotting me, but yeah, I think I could have got a triple or at least a double with 295 today, but my set with 275 was good. So getting to the topic of this video, which is Sarms and steroids and depression. And I'm going to relate it to some personal things that have happened in my life. Just a disclaimer, this isn't, oh, I feel so bad for you, Russo. Oh, you haven't said no. This is just relating it to, directly my personal life and my personal thoughts. So many people have it much worse than me. I'm not trying to get people, I'm not making a Sally sob story. I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm not hunting for, people trying to bring me up. I don't give a fuck. This is literally just relating how steroids and Sarms either helped or hurt me personally in my life when it comes to my personal mental health. Again, I have recovering drug addicts in my DM box. I have people who have served in the military and got their fucking legs blown off. That is much more commendable than the shit I've gone through, and people have gone through much worse shit. So yeah, I just wanted to relate it personally in my life and what has happened over the past 2 years on how I've come to these conclusions. So for those who don't know, hormones directly affect your mood and drive. So Sammy sounds good. Sorry, I got distracted. They directly affect your mood and drive. So people with low testosterone normally have less energy and less drive throughout the day. So what do I mean by drive? Just like the desire to achieve is, I guess, the best way to define it. The desire to achieve, the desire to want more, the desire to progress, and the desire to pull yourself out of bad situations. I think with today's modern society and the dopamine stimulation of technology, meaning, when you pull up Instagram, when you pull up YouTube, the amount of dopamine stimulation you are receiving just scrolling through your feed is like quintuple what you would actually have in reality, like just being in real life. Scrolling through Instagram is a giant dopamine rush every single time, and that's how they have addicted people to social media. And yes, social media is a great tool, but that is going to lower overall drive, in my opinion, of the mass of society. And then you mix it in with, personally, in my opinion, today's lack of overall knowledge on dieting, combined with, this person's literally going to pull out on me, combined with the lack of also education on nutrition and just overall processed foods lowering testosterone, which is known for drive. You run into, in my opinion, testosterone levels being overall lower than they were 1 to 2 decades ago. So that is what I'm entirely going to revolve my story around. Now, my story, obviously, I'm more in the abuse category of androgens, being that I am trying to become a classic physique competitor and have been documenting my bodybuilding. But I really want to relate this to, just in general, how low test can affect a man being a man. And the environment today really, in my opinion, isn't steered toward letting a man be a man or letting optimal testosterone being optimal testosterone, especially with the lack of education of food. And Siri's listening in, guys. So yeah, I don't know what that was. It's just Jeff Bezos is listening into this conversation before I even posted. Anyways, so I want to relate it to my personal life. So let's rewind back to my original YouTube channel, and when my life started to become a roller coaster. So, you know, I got affiliated with Enhanced Athlete blow up, the roller coaster starts climbing, and then the breaking point happened. My first channel got deleted, and, you know, that was a lot for me to handle because, you know, I really wouldn't have cared if I was older, but I was young, right? You're only young one time. You only have one youth, in my opinion, to where you're youthful. And, you know, I had my cards and I played them. Personally, I wanted to be successful later on in life. I was really on delayed gratification, meaning, you know, I was going to get my gratification after I became successful in whatever I want to do, meaning, obviously, back then I believed in my dream, but I was also realistic, meaning I was chasing a computer science degree. So all my time was allocated towards either learning, studying computer science, or the gym, YouTube, and then my relationship with my girlfriend. I was the top high school sweetheart with my girlfriend. My relationship was 7 years straight. Okay, so I much wanted to have a wife that no other dude fucked and that actually loved me for me, because just seeing, I remember I was studying and analyzing society back then, and I was seeing how women were going to be today, especially Western women, in my opinion. I'm not getting sexist here, I'm just saying, with the world of clout, with the world of Tinder, and hypergamy today is much more prevalent. Like, meaning, you know, if a decently attractive, let's say, you know, a 7, if a 7 goes on Tinder, she is going to have 100+ fucking Tinder matches, and it's going to be full of fucking betas showering her in comments. So really, it's the age of the beta, so let the betas live it up and get leashed around. But I wanted a girl who loved me for me, and, you know, I was planning on being successful. I didn't want to deal with some gold-digging hoe that didn't like me for me, and it was all pretentious based on what I brought to the table. So I wanted to, I don't know why Siri keeps doing that, I wanted to make, you know, a relationship work. I wanted to try and make it work because I found a girl I really vibed with and connected with. So back in my high school days, I spent a lot of time developing this relationship. I had a lot of time to do it. I honestly, if I try to make a relationship right now, the same strength of that relationship, it would be impossible. I just don't have the time. So I built that. I was very proud of the relationship. I wanted to carry the relationship into college, which most guys don't. Most guys want to go fuck around. Most guys want to get their body count up. Personally, if I wanted to do that, I would do that in my late 20s after I'm already balling. Again, I'm a big believer in delayed gratification, to where I will get my gratification after I'm successful. So just having pussy all the time, getting a blowjob to 3 blowjobs every day from the same girl who loves me, in my opinion, is more valuable and way less of a fucking time waste than, you know, fucking around and getting a body count up and being a slayer. You know, I get that, I understand that, but I would do that later in my 20s if this relationship worked out. I wanted to give this relationship built on true love, where money was never involved when it was formed, you know, a true definite shot. So I was really proud of that relationship I built. Then I was blessed with the opportunity from EA. I became sponsored with them. I built my YouTube channel around that, and it was awesome. You know, I really felt like I was showing light on an industry that has been full of lies for pretty much the creation of the industry. So I was really proud to be a part of something that was making a difference, whether people liked it or not. I know a lot of people take EA the wrong way and what the real mission of EA was, but, you know, personally, it's about revealing the truth, and it's about showing the extremeness and the trickle-down effect that bodybuilding has on general overall society's health. Similar relationship would be the way Formula One racing is so fucking extreme
But all the safety features in this car I'm driving right now were trickled down from Formula One. It's the same thing with bodybuilding, being the most extreme, quote-unquote drug abusers are pushing the limits. You get the trickle-down health effects of having a whey protein supplement, having digestive enzymes, having creatine, improving bone density with certain compounds. Like, it all trickles down into general society for the better. So that's why I was loving EA, because it was revealing the truth and what was being suppressed and not pushing sawdust supplements. So I had a relationship that I was very proud of at the time, and I had this job that I was extremely proud of at the time by age 19. Now, the roller coaster has been climbing for a while. When EA finally went down and I lost my channel, that was a big ego drop for me and a big influx in depression, but I was expecting it. So I was expecting that to happen. I knew EA could not last forever, and it really did not really get to me. But the way my channel was deleted did get to me, because remember, I gave up all my social life in college to pursue this. I will never get that age of being that young back. I played my cards how I wanted to play them. But I was frustrated the way my channel was deleted. Derek sued YouTube, and when we realized why the channels were deleted, we were both pretty aggravated, because they gave us zero communication on why the channels were actually deleted. So it was straight up bullshit. It was straight up a black hat type deal, where they didn't really have the means to delete us. If they would have gave us proper education on what we were doing incorrectly, then I would probably be sitting at 60,000 subscribers right now. But they didn't tell us, even though I sent YouTube over 100 emails. They never directly told me what I was doing wrong. Derek had to literally take them to court to get a response out of them, which is it just shows what soy boy YouTube is like, and it just pissed me off. And that really took a toll on me, because all that social life was gone, because I was studying computer science, which anyone in the IT computer field, that takes a lot of time. And then bodybuilding is the most narcissistic thing you can pretty much chase. So that was what started my depression, which was fine. Then my relationship started to deteriorate. My girlfriend became more stressed, and I could not help her out of the depression. My girlfriend went through a weight gain of a lot of weight. I'm not going to say the specific amount of weight, but it got to a point where I was not really physically attracted to my girlfriend. I loved the soul on the inside of my girl, but it seemed like she needed to work on herself. And my YouTube channels kept getting deleted. I finally, after Derek, it took a while for Derek to get a response from YouTube in the court, but after that, obviously my channel stayed up after that point. But my channels kept getting deleted. I kept getting more and more depressed. I dropped out of college to pursue this. I went directly back into college, and I was just super depressed. Even I was sitting at a 3.5 GPA, but man, I didn't have a passion for computer science. I can go into how I lost my passion for computer science, which is I got this miracle internship out of nowhere, and I did not enjoy the cube life whatsoever, and that's what made me pursue YouTube even harder. So I was spiraling into a depression. I ended up getting a puppy, and taking care of the dog really helped me during that time. As my girl was deteriorating as far as, her mental health was, my mental health was also deteriorating. I really clung to taking care of my dog, Bane. And then Bane died at under a year old from acute kidney failure. And then that is really, really when I was in a deep, deep, dark place mentally. And I just wanted to go into, that is when I decided to cruise on testosterone and blast and cruise. I was basically forced into blasting and cruising, okay? So I really wanted to get off gear at the time, because I had pretty much given up for the time being as far as that goes. Again, my whole thing is like, once I stopped creating opportunities or monetary value from enhancement, that I would stop. I was still creating opportunities and monetary value. I personally wanted to take a break and get everything straight in my personal life before pursuing it. But when Bane died, man, that was very, very difficult for me to handle, on top of my relationship that I built for over a decade falling apart, on top of my entrepreneurial idea randomly being taken from me with no real reason. And I was insane working at that time in college. Like, I would do my computer programming work till about midnight, and then I would edit videos for you guys till about 2:30, and then would wake up the next day for class at 9 o'clock. Like, my work ethic was insane. I was not getting paid for that time. It was all my passion. And to have all those hours taken away from me for really no direct reason given was tough on me. Then losing my relationship, having our mental health both fall apart at the same time, of a relationship that I would never be able to create again, because now I have things. Now girls are going to judge me for the things I have, the things I accomplish, what I bring to the table from them. It was not created in this perfect variable situation like this relationship I was trying to work through. And on top of that, my dog passing away at under a year was like losing a child. So all that hit me at the same time. All of that hit me. And that was right around, like I said, when I wanted to get off of gear at least and not cruise. But if you guys don't know how PCT works, Clomid, which is, in my opinion, critical for restarting the HPTA. I know a lot of people don't like it. It's like experiencing a female period for a male, is how you can imagine Clomid if you never have experience for it. I'm sure people in the comment section can agree with me. It's like a period in a bottle for a man, but it also helps restart natural testosterone and boost your luteinizing hormone, which I needed to do. If I were to do Clomid at that time, I 100% think I would have been suicidal. Again, a lot of people don't understand that the mental health issues around steroids are normally when people are trying to get off of them or are not balancing estrogen on them. So I decided to stay on gear, just cruise extremely low dosage on HRT to keep my mental state, my drive high. And you know, I personally have to pay being on HRT and my cruises on Sarms a lot of respect to being able to recreate all my streams, being able to build my fourth channel and rebuild it to this size, being able to come out of that depression because my drive was still high. I feel like if I had, you know, I had slightly elevated TRT at the time. If I had normal hormones, or heaven forbid I decide to come off, I think I would have quit everything. All my dreams, all my opportunities, I think I would have finally hit the garbage button on all of them. But since I decided to cruise, and since I decided to have my drive still there, you know, with the TRT, I do pay homage to it. I really do think that having that mental drive through all that shitstorm was critical for me coming out of that and still coming out on top, you know. I faced failure a lot of times before that, but nothing personally in my life to that extreme degree of all those variables going wrong at the same time. And if I decided to PCT, and if I decided to, you know, go off of gear, I don't know if I would be back here creating videos for you, and I don't know if I would be back here in 2020 with even bigger opportunities than I ever had. You know, I really want to thank TRT. I know a lot of people talk shit on TRT giving them anxiety, and it can do that personally, but for me, it kept my drive high. It kept me fixated with tunnel vision on knowing that I'm in a depression, knowing that I can't be like, I'm gonna mentally think I'm not in a depression anymore and I'm gonna be fine. No, every day I woke up, I'm in a depression. Day after day, I will get out of it. I will get out of it. It will get better. It will get better every day. When, trust me, if a normal person woke up, man, it wasn't getting better for most people. Or a person on PCT, it wouldn't be getting better. But thanking TRT for that increase in drive really helped me get out of that. And that's just being real. I'm not trying to promote, TRT. I'm just giving my experience with how that helped me personally, being on that cruise and having that drive high. Because I see a lot of it in common society now on, dudes just don't have the drive they do. I see people with aspirations. I see people who want to pursue things, but they don't have the consistent drive to keep throwing shit at the wall to see if it sticks. And maybe it's because their hormones aren't high enough. Maybe it's because their hormones aren't optimized. I can't personally see myself getting out of that extreme situation without having hormones optimized. Like if someone naturally had 400 and below testosterone, you would be at a disadvantage in quality of life. And that is what my trickle down effect of this channel, that's what I want to be, is that, yeah, you might not want to push the extremeness like I do and show everything like I do and be so crazy like me. But overall, the trickle down effect of having TRT, having your hormones optimized, having your cortisol optimized, having the optimized nutrition, having the optimized brain health like nootropics, being able to focus better, getting away from the attention deficit disorder caused by social media, dopamine triggering, algorithm bullshit that, personally I see directly through when I know how social media works, obviously. I definitely think TRT plays a role. I think in the future you'll see more people going on TRT and it not being such a socially awkward thing to be saying that you inject a little testosterone to keep your levels slightly above normal or at normal, because you will be, in my opinion, have a better quality of life. Sure, you have associated risk involved with being on TRT, but that quality of life boost might get you out of certain scenarios like I just addressed. And that's what I wanted to relate with this video, was my personal battle with depression and on how personally androgens actually help me. I see a lot of the media like androgens ruined my life, androgens blah 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 blah. Personally, I think when you get off androgens and it's not the right time in your life to get off them, and you don't have a support system around to get off them, then that's the issue. That's the issue, in my opinion. When the Clomid gets involved, like if I ran Clomid and I fucking got off during that time, I don't know if I'd be here right now, honestly. I'm going to be 100% real. But since I kept my HRT or my elevated bodybuilder TRT, I completely grit down, put my head in the dirt, and pushed my way out of all that shit. And I'm here today, back better than ever and hardened from all those life experiences. So that's personally my relationship on depression and my personal battle with androgens, and if it made it worse or not. Comment yours down below. Again, the whole point is the trickle down effect of getting your hormones optimized. You might be natural in this comment section and just be a fan of me, and you might be suffering from low T. And trust me, if you knew what it was like to have normal or slightly elevated T, you would get exactly what I'm talking about. And with today's modern society of the processed food and all the stuff in food nowadays that increases estrogen, the dopamine triggering, the cortisol raising of social media, and all these stresses, all these fucking things coming at you all at once, it only makes sense to artificially keep your hormones optimized if you can't naturally keep them optimized. So what you should take away from this video is that you should get your testosterone checked, you should get your hormones checked, and you should focus more this year on keeping everything optimized, and you'd be surprised how your outlook on life will change and how you will chase your goals harder. So that's my experience. Comment your experience down below and share my channel around. Hopefully this year's a big year for me, but you know, I just love this, so I'm gonna keep doing it until I can't anymore. I'll see you guys in my next one. Thanks. Peace.